the word court is a made-up word. It's made up by the Romans, but it was never called a court. You know, you had the Carolingians and you had the Pippins, and you had many empires prior to the Romans, and they called it the Basilica. They had many, many different names for it, but it was only the Romans who called it a court. And a court is only dealing with money. So when you go to court, you're actually not going to a basilica or an arena where law is discussed. You're just a commercial piece of shit. And a lot of the people, they think the Queen of England, she's a dame of the Knights Templar, and she is very much part of Rome. But when they say the court is now in session and you're honourable, the word honourable comes from honourable payments from the Carolingians when they decided that, you've heard of blood revenge and eye for an eye. Well, eventually in history they got sick of that and they said, you know what, it's kind of a bit of a waste of life if we keep allowing everybody to kill each other. How about we just make payment? So the word honour comes from honour payments, because they changed an eye for an eye and blood revenge to honour payments. And that's what happens when they say your honour. It's about money. Also, the word session is from the Carolingians. It means fundu. It's Greek for estate. So what they're saying is, g'day, good morning, everybody. The court is now ready to raid your estate. Your Honour is now ready to f you up with your honour payments.
Yep, all rise.
And as you know, this court is a fucking bank. Let's party. So these are very important little trinkets of information, and when you read them, they help consolidate your nerves, so to speak, when you're in court, because you kind of know what's going on now. You know what I mean? Now remember, everything is about presumption. So you are still the property of the state, and the state is, this is not a government, it's just a corporation, and it is still making presumptions. You do have enough nerve and enough comprehension to realise if they come in contract with you again, I don't know who you are, I don't understand, I don't consent, and by the way, I don't trust you. That last one is very important. It's like, are you f***ing out of your mind? I mean, you know they're lying. I mean, here they are saying, oh, are you mentally ill? Do you take drugs? You know, how dare they? But the reason they're doing this is because the police are not doing this. The Zionist Jewish lobby that is running Australia and that hates you and me, the Zionist Jews, that don't get all coy on me, the Jews that have been killing us with Codex Alimentarius for the last 100 years, who took away plant-based medicines and gave us chemicals and are pretending that their drugs are curing us when they are not. And these that have been fluoridating us and giving us chemicals, and giving us usury since their little train ride to Jekyll Island, paying for every fake war in order to kill every Gentile on this planet. And now it's like, oh, shock horror, all the great Americans who are all saying the same thing, that these Zionist Jews, when they took over America, their whole idea was to kill every Christian on this earth. And that's why they murdered 100 million Christians in Russia in 1917 and after they bayoneted the Romanov dynasty, because they hate on me. And the police have no idea. All these blue and white checkers for their Masonic Freemason little low-level wearing pigskins. I wonder why they wear pigskins, because the Zionist Jews at the top hate us, and they mock us and laugh at us, these Kissinger. And that's what's going on. These police are not doing this. But what you're recognising is when some policeman is telling you in your face, are you mentally retarded? He's just following orders from the Rothschilds, from the Jews who have stolen our money, stolen our economy. 1975 Lima Declaration. We don't make anything in Australia anymore. We'll send it off to China. Oh, lovely. Great. So what are we doing now? We're just biological chickens, and now they're ready to kill us. They're straight out of school. They are mentally and utterly deranged and retarded. Fancy wearing a gun and you don't know boo about the law. And you've got a gun in your pocket, and your guns have got hollow point bullets in them. If you kill a man with a hollow point bullet in Australia and you're a policeman, that's an international war crime. Did you know that? They've got hollow point bullets in guns. Why? Because if they're going to kill some, let's snatch his sister Cave I trust. We'll up straight away and make sure we kill him. None of this shoot to wound. We'll just make sure we kill him. So we're checking hollow point bullets. If I was a copper, I'd say, listen, give me two guns. I want one on me left, lovely 45, and I want a sawn-off shotgun on the right. Mate, I will pull a sawn-off shotgun, 410. Doesn't have to be a 12 gauge. It can be a 410. Grab the 410 and blow the knees off, and it just sort of like point in that direction. You're going to stop him in a heartbeat. But no, they got to kill you, so they'll give you hollow point bullets. They're animals, mate. This is all about a Jewish agenda, bloodline agenda, murdering every white man on this planet, and getting ready for them to build their little temple in Israel. That's why they have brought Chinese, Indians, and Africans here. Now, these white supremacists, and I'm one of them, right? It's one thing to say, oh, you animal, white, Chinese, Indian slaves, you. What about all us white people? We've all been fluoridated for 100 years. There is no more IRA. They've all been chemically, mentally placidated. We have, and I don't know why some of us are coherent, but the majority of white men and women are slaves as much as the Chinese are. And I don't know why that is, but I think it's because of the fluoride in the food and the fact that they've chemically deranged everybody through their drug. You speak to Dr. Lorraine Day and she will tell you they use it in hospitals to anesthise you. You know what? They can get with their dumb affidavit. They've sent me bail. They made me sign these bail documents. You know what? You can have your bail. I've read them, gone home, read them. You've attacked me. You've injured me. You've assaulted me. Now you want me to sign. You're forcing me to sign these bail documents. Otherwise, you'll keep me in a cage for the next 3 months. Okay, I've gone home. I've got your bail documents. You filthy pigs. I've read them. Guess what? I'm not interested in your contract. I think I'll return your offer. You're finished. You're done with them. You don't have to do an affidavit, but you may as well. Now, what is going to help? You're going to think, oh, but if the court case comes and I did do an affidavit and I only sent the bail document back, and I'm really not sure if the bail document sending it back in 72, I really don't know if this is right and I've really done the right thing. What if they send a bench warrant out for me? Well, a bench warrant is a put warrant. Have you heard of put warrants on the stock exchange? Well, I tell you what, just for fun, go to the internet, go to YouTube where it's got the stock exchange and money markets and put warrants and type in put warrants, and you'll see put warrants. You go, a put warrant is a negotiable instrument. You know what a warrant is? It's a negotiable instrument. It's not in personam, the man, the name, in personam. It's not in personam, it's in rem, it's in the thing. Put warrant is basically a check, and they need you to endorse it. And you know how they endorse it? When you say yes, then they'll say, okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say or do can be held against you in the court of law while the other guy's putting handcuffs on you. So the minute you acknowledged the name, that was endorsement. The phone was triggered by voice. And the minute I said hello, it put a recording in that there was a warrant. I have a warrant out for my arrest. And it asked me to follow some instructions. And of course, I just hang up. About 15 minutes later, the same number rang again, and I didn't say anything. And I realised, okay, it is triggered by a recording, by your voice. It's fascinating. You know how these days a phone company can call you on the phone and they can change your electricity bill or telephone plan via a contract, via you speaking to them over the phone. You know that. Well, that's how they can now give you a warrant. They can send someone a recording. You're a dumb, got your phone, you press all the numbers, you go, yeah, bang, before you know it, half an hour later, you've got 7 police at your door ready to take you to jail because you've accepted their warrant. Now, it used to be that the coppers would follow you into the petrol station and say, from the number plate and say, oh, g'day, mate, look, there's a warrant out. The police at police station, they've got a warrant for you, mate. Why don't you go visit them and sort it out with them, mate? Like, hey, why don't you do that, mate? All right, you have a good day. And then drives up to the police station. Well, he says, oh, apparently I got a warrant. Apparently you need to see me. A miracle. And you say, yeah. They, oh, good on you, mate. Yeah, excellent. Handcuffs going. Anything you do or say, you've endorsed the warrant. You will realise that it is just a check. It's a commercial check. All they need is your endorsement. And that is correct. You can open the door. The minute you see them, slam it. You slam it. And you never enter a conversation. Remember, the Australian Tax Act 1997 has a definition for you, and it says entity. So the minute, if you are so dumb, if you are so stupid, well, you knock yourself out, mate. You have a conversation with the coppers, right? After he's used the word you stand there. I do not consent. Not only that, I don't like you. I don't understand the words you're saying, and I don't trust you. That's it. Now, if you don't have big balls, if you're not as hate them as much as me, you'll stick to I don't understand, I don't consent. It means nothing. What we say means nothing. It does to the extent that when the coppers are at your door and you say, I don't consent, don't understand what you're saying, and you slam the door, there's seriously a 99% chance that they will just drive back to the police station and say, oh, I don't know what happened. He just said he didn't understand, don't consent, and he wouldn't contract with us. They are a commercial outfit. That's all they are, and you are the property of a corporation. This is not a government. It is not a government. Is all the executive governments circa 1933. They all went into bankruptcy, right? Followed the Americans in the after Lincoln. but via 1933, after the Jews murdered Lincoln and the banking cartel, the Freemason British, you know about the Civil War in America, don't you? That was the Freemason British Union fighting the French Freemason medieval bloodline families in the South, getting ready to carve up their part of Europe. But it was still America. But this was the only country on earth, the southern states of America, that were free. That's why in America, Anna von Reitzinger can have dual states. It's not Australian dual assemblies. It is in America, you retard. Because prior to the US Inc., you had the Confederate States and the Union States. You had states of the Union. You didn't have any US Inc. And these American states were lawful. Your affidavit doesn't matter. What matters, if the coppers arrest you, now I've been to jail. You said, pick up that green swag, that's yours with the yellow. No, that's not me. That's not my name. You know, I got everything in jail except 2 hookers and a colour TV. I didn't have to pick up my green swag. I didn't have to be with all the other prisoners. But, you know, would I put my house on you doing what I did? I would not. I don't believe you would pull it off. I think you'd make a mistake. You know, they tried to take my photo. They had me in a headlock. They did everything. Look into the eye scan. No, thank you. Stand here. No. Sign here. No. Very hard to do. And by the end of the day, because of my hatred for the police and my knowledge that these are Jews using our brothers and sisters to basically steal from me. It's not about justice. It's about controlling us, eventually to kill us all. Therefore, it's like for me, no, forget about it. I'm not giving you any jurisdiction whatsoever. You probably should do an adverse claim, your birth certificate, register a PPSR, and do an affidavit and send that to the court and to the police, just to like go off. You know. You also state that you are the general executor of your estate. Your nationality is not Commonwealth Australian, a Terra Australis national. So if you can't use the word Australia, they will use presumption. The corporation is the Commonwealth of Australia, CIK 0000805157. That's the registration number for Australia, the corporation, registered on the United States Securities and Exchange Commission in the District of Columbia. Now, under that, you have hundreds and thousands of ABNs. Okay, you know, you've got the Queensland Treasury Corporation, the Victoria Treasury Corporation, you've got the Victoria Police. They're all the ABNs, but they all come and like that alien again. They all come from the mothership that is registered in the US Inc., which is the United Nations, which is the Crown, which is the District of Columbia. That's the Crown. It's not the United Nations. That's all fake. It's a Crown. They're the Crown. That's where the East India Company went from the East India Company to the US Inc. It is now the Crown. Okay, the East India Company own US Inc. and US Inc. is the Crown, and it did its dirty work in the 1933 New Deal with the bankruptcies. You just send your affidavit back. You let them know you're the general executor of your trust estate, and that's it. Because once you put them on notice, that's it. That's it. And with a bit of luck, a print of your PPSR and a fee schedule. That's all you do. And if they hassle you again, take them to court the next day. Say, Your Honour, you know, there's an estoppel here by conduct. These keep offering me contracts. I just kept telling them off, but, they've done it again, Your Honour. I've come here to collect. You waste their time as much as they waste yours. The most important thing is you've terminated and revoked. Look up the word revoke. You've revoked their offer they know that 99% of the population, when they get signed for bail, they're horrified. They go straight to a lawyer, and the lawyers go, "Oh, this is great. Let me represent you and turn your rights over." And when the lawyer should be saying, "Oh, no, don't worry about those bail documents. When did you get them on Friday? Well, today's Saturday. Just send it back on Monday. And, my fee is $400 an hour, but, I'll give you a discount, charge you $200, just send it back. You don't need me." He's not going to tell you that, is he?